Good morning, dear students. As you know, this is your EVS period and we are learning the lesson History and the Concept of Time. In last period, we have learned what is prehistoric period and what is historic period. Okay, so today we are going to learn the scientific methods of measuring time and establishing age, that is the dating. We are actually measuring time when we talk about today's date or day of the week, etc. We have seen there are various methods of measuring time. These methods allow us to identify a particular day, month, or year with respect to an earlier or later day, month, or year. For example, if it is June, then we know that earlier month was May and the next month will be July. If today is 10th of June, then we can tell that tomorrow will be 11th of June and yesterday was 9th of June. Thus, when we measure time, we actually measure its length. So children, we have already seen this, that we are measuring times means we are measuring its length. So as they have given us the example, if we know today is or this month is June, then the previous month was May and the next month will be July. Same way, if today is 10th of June, then yesterday was 9th and tomorrow will be 11th of June. So this way we actually measure the day or the week or the month, okay, and we name it by some number, that is the date, month and the particular year. The events before the beginning of the Common Era are mentioned as having occurred before the Common Era. Okay, the events which have occurred in the beginning of the Common Era are mentioned as they are occurred as before the Common Era, that is BCE. Information about some of these events can only be obtained with the help of evidences buried under the ground. This evidence is usually in the form of broken man-made artifacts and fallen structures. With the help of these remains and using scientific methods, we can determine the time of the events that took place thousands of years ago. So children, before Common Era, whatever incidences were occurred, we should have its information. But how we will get this information? To obtain the information, people use certain evidences which are buried under the ground. Okay, so these evidences usually in the form of man-made artifacts and the fallen structures. Okay, fallen structures of the buildings or the temples or the houses. And artifacts means what? The things which are made by man and which are buried under the ground. With the help of these remains and using scientific methods, we can determine the time of the event which had taken place 1000 years ago. Okay? There are many layers of soil deposited one above the other under the surface of the ground. The period of these layers and of the remains found in them cannot be stated definitely in terms of dates. However, a rough estimate of how many years ago they existed can certainly be made using scientific methods such as carbon-14 analysis, tree rings analysis, that is dendrochronology, etc. These methods are known as dating techniques. Okay, so children, there are some methods which are called as dating techniques and few more methods using which we can know that how many years ago the things were existed. Okay, how many years ago the incidences were occurred. We cannot know exact date or day or the month of those incidences. But using the methods such as carbon-14 analysis, tree rings analysis, that is dendrochronology, etc., by using this method, the dating techniques, okay, these are the methods which are called as dating techniques. By these techniques we can at least come to know that how many years ago these things were occurred, or these incidences were occurred. So these techniques are called as dating techniques. Okay, now do you know what is tree rings analysis? When we cut a tree at its trunk, we see the rings to that trunk. Okay, and by counting these rings we can understand that how old this tree is. This is exactly tree ring analysis. Okay, please try to find the information of this using internet. By using these dating techniques, we learn how old the layers of soil and the remains found in them are. Then we can determine their period approximately. So have you understood, children? By using these dating techniques, we learn how old the layers of soil and the remains found in them are. How old they are. This is the main search which the people are doing. Then we can determine their period approximately. For example, if an earthen pot is estimated to be 5000 years old with the help of dating techniques, we can say that the earthen pot dates back roughly to 3000 BC. Okay? Then we can conclude that the period of culture to which the pot belongs must be around 3000 BC. Have you all understood this? So they have given us the example of an earthen pot, that if an earthen pot is estimated to be 5000 years old with the help of dating technique, then how can we conclude about that earthen pot? That we can see the earthen pot dates back roughly to 3000 BC, that is before Common Era. Okay, then we can conclude that the period of the culture to which the pot belongs must be around 3000 before Common Era. Have you understood? So children, here we complete our topic about history and the concept of time. In next period, we will write the question answers of this topic. Thank you.